Hello and happy Wednesday. I am Reverend Gregory Toole, bringing you this week's Wednesday inspiration. Today's topic is love anyway, right? We've got all the things going on in the world, events taking place, atrocities taking place, injustices taking place. And what if we are called to love anyway? Because our nature is love, right? So anything that we be, anything we be other that is other than love, then we're stepping out of our own nature. Do we want the world to dictate who we are? I would say no. I would say we are called, and in fact, this is part of the evolutionary path and the evolutionary edge of humanity is to learn to be in our nature regardless of appearances. Appearances can be so mesmerizing, right? It's just all kinds of things going on, wars and rumors of wars and disputes and injustices and all these things which deserve our attention and deserve to be addressed. But can we love anyway? Can we make sure that our intention, our actions, our being, our energy, our everything about us is flowing from love, that we have love flowing through our being, because if anything other than love is flowing through your being or flowing through my being, now we've stepped out of our own nature. We've stepped out of realizing and being in the connection to and the awareness of our divinity, of our true nature. So we can take any actions that are needed to be taken, but if they're taken from love, and if they're taken from love, they're going to be so much more powerful. They're going to be so much more on target, right? When we take actions from something other than love, like revenge or anger or animosity or you're wrong and I'm right, all of those energies pollute the very intention that we have to do good. But if we can remember to come from love, if we can remember to center in love, it will guide our actions and even our very most difficult actions, our very most things that people may not like that we need to do, that are our duty, that are our divine duty to do, will still come forth in the most beautiful way. I have had situations where I've been the employer, I've been the boss, the manager, whatever, right? And sometimes in those situations, we have to let a person go, right? But I always made sure if I'm doing that, center in love, ground in love, let the decision be made from love, let the action be taken from love, let the actual experience of it and the delivery of it come from love. And many of people, well, I haven't let that many people go, but so often and most of the time, not only was it well accepted, but we hugged afterward because they knew that it wasn't just some personal animosity. It wasn't just some angry moment for me, that it was steeped in wisdom and love. It was steeped in a higher purpose. It was the thing to do. It was the right thing to do in that moment. And so even in these events in the world, the big events in the world, yes, we can be appalled by injustices. Yes, we can protest if that's our calling. We can write to our political leaders if that's our calling. We can go forth and take specific actions if that's what we're called to do. We're being guided by our own divine wisdom, but could we do that all from love? Could we do that without coming into any animosity toward any person or group of people? Could we do that from this place of unconditional love? Right? Because we're staying in our nature. We're staying in our nature. Yes, we're doing our duty. We're doing our divine duty, kind of like Arjuna in the Bhagavad Gita, right? He has to slay his relatives, right? But it's his divine duty. That's a whole other story for another day. But sometimes our divine duty is to take action that people may not like, or that may be unpopular, or that may have us stand out. But can we do all of that from a place of love, centered in love, grounded in love, aware that we are love and that the nature of the other person or group is love, even if they're at the moment acting out of their nature? They're acting in a way that looks and appears as if there's something other than divine, as if their nature is something other than love. What don't, but let us not forget, even if they have forgotten for a moment who they are, let us, as people on a conscious spiritual journey, not forget who they are. We may have to take very difficult actions and decisions in those cases, but always from the deepest love, always from the deepest sense of divinity in everyone, in every place, that divinity always is. God still is, regardless of how people are behaving. That right before us is God. So take a breath and let us know today that we are love. Love is all there is. God is all there is. And let us move this day in everything we do, say, and think from this awareness and from this groundedness and centeredness with love fully flowing through our entire being. Thank you so much for tuning in today. Peace and blessing.